Roger, roger.
Roger, 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 roger.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Duden here. Today we're going to be doing a Ramble video and talking about Squadron, eSports, and other related topics. To start off, I really have to compliment EA, specifically Motive, Respawn Entertainment, and DICE. The games they made were nothing short of beautiful art pieces. They nailed the mechanics really, really smooth, and they gave us a variety of mechanics too. If you look at Battlefront 2, they gave us amazing graphics, beautiful textures, beautiful models, and obviously they gave us the best stories that come with it. They gave us new planets, new characters, new things to just look at, which are all really wonderful things that EA's finally got out of Star Wars. So now that EA and these studios have shown us their ability to create these works of art, now's the time to shift the focus on community building. I feel like a lot of their resources were used to showing their dedication and proof that they could build a stunningly immaculate game, that it kind of felt like it was sacrificing a competitive community. Looking at Battlefront, even though it may be based off of MMRs and hero battles, I believe, it felt like they were really stretching themselves thin. With all the game modes, it was impossible to keep constant updates, and you're really stretching your player base at that point. Part of the issue is without constant updates, you lose the longevity, and which means you're going to lose your players. Even beyond the issues of just stretching themselves too thin, there wasn't really a clear rank system, which means it didn't feel genuinely rewarding, and you couldn't really see your growth in Battlefront. Now, I get Battlefront is supposed to be that all around kind of game, and so I get making it less competitive, but I think in the future we really want to start seeing Star Wars maybe integrate into the esports scene. With Squadrons coming out, they're finally getting on the right track. They're adding rank systems, they're building that community with the possibility of competition. Part of the issue with Squadron's rank system is it has some pretty good flaws. For instance, a mediocre player with 1,000 games could probably be the same rank as a really good player with 100. And that means the good player probably doesn't feel as rewarded as they should be. Because of this, also, losing doesn't feel as detrimental, especially if you're at the bottom of your respective rank, because you can know that you can keep playing the games, and once you get to that rank, you can't drop it. Even beyond that, there's not really a point to keep playing once you're at the top of the ranks. Once you hit the top, so if you're a really, really good player, you made it to the top and that's it. If you look at the games, they're kind of set up to aim for a very specific group of people, and they're not really targeted towards the same people that get into esports. Battlefront spread itself too thin, and there wasn't really a clear direction for esports. Most current esports fans would have likely wanted to see trooper combat, but even the primary trooper game mode had 20 people on a team. That's pretty hard to find 20 people to form one team in esports. It may have been fine if heroes versus villains was your primary game mode, but because they stretched themselves, they missed the target audience on that one. Once again, Squadrons does get on a closer track and they at least have smaller teams. They have very clear objectives to an outside audience, and it absolutely has the potential to make it as an esport. I mean, if you look at Operation Ace, for example, which was the first Squadrons tournament, it went off without a hitch. It went amazingly well, and there are even other tournaments going on for Squadrons later. One of the only issues that I see that might end up combating it is it's a pretty niche audience and definitely has a smaller audience than something like an FPS. I mean, overall, I'd really like to see Disney let EA keep its Star Wars exclusivity for games because I think the game market gets flooded from other developers, other publishers. It'll just turn out to be a mess. You won't ever really get a competitive esports scene because there's just be such a huge flood market for it. Not to mention, EA has already proven themselves that they know how to make a good game. They just now need to focus on how to make their community shine.